Morning. So one of my all-time favourite jobs in winter, when it's about -7 outside, is steam cleaning. What a great job, eh? I've got the Series 1 outside. I'm going to clean off the bell housing inside, get all the gunk out of there. And I'm also going to give the engine a quick power wash outside. So I've had the forklift on the block heater, that starts up okay. But I'm going to have to put the Land Rover back into the container because I haven't got much room. But that gives us plenty of room here to work on this engine. Unfortunately, I haven't got another engine stand. I don't know if I've got time to make one, or I might just see how much they are at Prince's Auto. I'm not sure. Anyway, they always come in handy. But I've got to get this pressure cleaning done. So I don't know if I'll film it because it'll be so much steam everywhere you won't be able to see. I might just run in and open the door and show you. The downside of steam cleaning when it's cold is you can't see what the hell you're doing. You have to do a bit. This makes the process very long. Now, I noticed something. When I was doing taking the engine out and taking it to bits, I noticed there was lots of micey type evidence in there. Now I realise where they were getting in through. On the side here of the gearbox bell housing, there's a rubber bung missing. So I bet they've gone through there. The buggers. Oh, that's not clean. Yeah, I'll show you where it was the mices were getting in. See, there's a hole on the side there. I bet that's where they were getting in. Anyway, that's cleaned up nice, hasn't it? You can see that the original chassis colour was green because it was an army one. I didn't do it when I had this like in bits. I didn't take the engine and gearbox out. I just painted it with black. I didn't know, did I? Anyway, now look at this here. This is interesting. You see there's a patch there on that corner, or in the middle of that box. I bet you a pound to a penny somebody at some time has cut a hole in there to replace the rear core plug. That's how they used to do it back then. I bet you that's it. Yeah, because it was a bitch to get into. Right, so I've got I just blasted this engine off here. What I'm going to do now is knock the core plugs out and see if we can wash that block out. And then I'll just give it a very light sandblast just to get rid of this flaky paint on the blue stuff. And I think we should be good. So I've pulled a couple of core plugs out, so I can get to the crap inside. It's like rusty dusty. You can see the muck coming out. So there we go one way. might be able to see all the stuff coming out of the a little bit of crud there. Now, what I'm going to do now is, because that block's hot, I'm going to leave it to dry. Make sure the sandblaster will take any sort of grease and what have you, but it's best if it's as much of the grease is off as possible. We'll let that block dry out, and before I sandblast it, I'm going to put the bungs back in, the core plugs. Just tap them back in loose, because you can't put them in twice, you can't use them twice, but I'll just put them in to stop sand getting in. And also, these holes here for where I took the pipe off, I'll put the pipe back on to stop any sand getting in the engine. Like I said, I'm only going to dance it at very low pressure, just to break off that loose paint. I know it's funny because every time you touch it, there's more paint comes off. But like I say, the sandblaster will take care of that. So it looks as if, I wonder if this has been a rebuilt engine. Well, not a rebuilt engine, but a military engine. How do we say? Somebody's exchanged it for some reason or other, and we'll never know, because I couldn't find the history of this engine. But I think that colour's not too far off. It's actually Detroit diesel green, so we should be able to buy it in town and just get a little spray and go around it. But sandblast it first, take the ancillaries off it, and then we'll paint it. Right, what a day. The engine's blasted, power washed, truck's in the container now. What sure one that was, getting that in there, but it doesn't really matter. Now, here's a little thing I'll tell you for nothing. I'll save you some money. Have you ever heard of or read the book The Secret? Well, I'll save you a lot of money. I'll get right to the last page. It's whatever you give out, you get back. Now, that's my sort of rule of thumb of life, really. Because I didn't have an engine stand for this motor, this little 2.2 litre engine. So I thought, oh, shall I make one? Shall I buy one? Looked at Prince's Auto site. Instead of being $150, they were $99. So I went and got one. And there we have it. And it's perfect. It's a little bit low, I must admit. It must be for Chinese, but oh, that's racist. But it works. It works perfectly. And the thing was, I mean, it's not the best, most manoeuvrable thing in the world, I must admit. But yeah, it's got casters on it. And I sort of sat down and thought, for $100 I couldn't make it. There you go. There you go. And if we ever sort of look at the back plate, it bolts straight on. I didn't have to do anything to it. So that's really good. I mean, I know I can't get the flywheel on, but I never can with any of the other ones. But that's brilliant, because that means I can paint that motor now. I've been all over town trying to find some paint for it, but I couldn't find the right colour. But now I can drain the oil off overnight. I can drain the oil off. Then I can take off all the manifolds and ancillaries and rocker box and things like this and clean them all up individually, put them through the bead blaster. I think they're going to look $1 million. You know, So it's got it all off. I had a bit of a chew on with the bloody old sandblaster because it's cold out and it got humidity in the line, in the little valve at the bottom. Oh, what a carry on with that, trying to get it out. And then all of a sudden it went alright, so...